Oh, it's been 1,929 days. Still asking for peace. It seems like there's no peace officer who wants peace. They arrested me 21 times. 10 of those they locked me up. 7 of those they tortured me. Tried to have me kill. Shackling me, forcibly injecting me with who knows what for days and days and days every day. For weeks and weeks. And it seemed like there is no peace officer nowhere in this country who want to take my testimony. Arrest those who are doing domestic terrorist activity, bioterrorist, human rights abuse, tortured, assassination attempt. Is there any peace officer who want to take my testimony? Because I go to Tim Horton, there was 9 crews are arresting me for minding my own business. I go to the grocery store, they send the crime unit surrounding me in the parking lot with their trucks, putting gun into my face, pushing my friends away, locking me up, denying me phone call, over and over again. All of them, they refuse to listen to me when I told them that I've been tortured. And I don't care what they do. They follow order, unlawful or not. I don't give a shit. That's for a judge to decide. It'd be nice if they could be a judge to put them. Because when they shackle me and they drive me to an undisclosed location to be tortured or nearly killed over and over again, and I tell them they have body cam, it's all recorded. They have camera in their cruiser, it's all recorded. They refuse to protect me. All they do is follow an unlawful order. They make up fake warrant to get me arrested at gunpoint, track down my phone multiple times, just because they don't like what I gotta say. Well, it's been 1,929 days. All I've been asking is for peace, justice, human rights to be upheld. And it seemed like the police force, all they want to do is suppress, threaten, suppress, tortured. It's mind-blowing. What am I supposed to do? I keep reminding them I'm ex-military. I know the rule of engagement against domestic terrorists wearing combat uniform and carrying firearms in Canada. Those domestic terrorists with combat gear could be neutralized on sight. That's the rule of engagement. I don't blame any police officer to do what they're told to do. But at some point when they follow unlawful order over and over and over again, and they keep coming at me, not giving a shit about me telling them that they're putting my life at risk. What are the supposed options to do that I got? I'm not gonna fucking engage against somebody in uniform. That's not me. I respect the uniform too much. But after 21 times, am I just supposed to let them kill me? Let them locking me up and having me kill? Last time they sent me to Ottawa and OCDC, and some friendly inmate let me know that the guard were looking for people to permanently silence me, and they were offering contraband. So I'm grateful that my life is worth more than a pack of cigarettes in jail. But something needs to be done. Because little fun story too. When I was down there, I was contemplating all the automatic fire sprinkler everywhere, and I was talking to a few people down there, and what would happen if at the same time when the lights goes down, everybody simultaneously just pop those automatic sprinkler. Are they gonna evacuate the jail and send everybody for medical attention? Loading up the hospital, paralyzing all the hospital and emergency and everything, with a couple thousands of people needed emergency care. That will most likely make the news. Because at this point, I've been threatened, nearly killed, tortured, injecting me every day with who knows what. I got pain from my military injury, fracture in my spinal cord, and the police are just shackling me and having me tortured over and over again with who knows what for those injections. It's been almost 2 years. I still can barely function in my own body because of those injections that cause me a long-lasting pain effect. Is my life not worth protecting? All those who are out to serve and protect, they all want to do their paycheck and then pension. They're committing treason by refusing to take my testimony. So it'd be nice if the local Ontario Provincial Police would take my testimony seriously. I've been to police station, then they told me I gotta leave after telling them my story. I've been on military base talking to the military police. It's a national issue when the local police and the provincial police are supporting domestic terrorists and torture and human rights abuse. It is a national issue, and there is no statute of limitation in matter of national defense. So to protect everybody, and especially those brave still wearing the uniform, like, something need to be done. There's evil at play everywhere, and there is good somewhere. I'm still alive, free, somehow. 'Cause next time they lock me down, I might just paralyze the entire country. 'Cause I don't give a shit. I was trained in military reconnaissance. I was in my regiment close quarter combat team. I'm one of the best marksmen in the country, if not in NATO or the world, who knows. But yeah, you got somebody that's like civilian like me getting tracked down by law enforcement, pretending to be peace officer just to have me tortured over and over again. And nobody want to take my testimony. Nobody want to protect me. And I've been trying for the past 1,929 days to Josh, who told me that if I want to comply, they'll run me insane, stretch it out until my legal fee, force me to bankruptcy, and make me live in the street with my former wife and kids. Well, to you, Josh, I hope you're still alive. I personally don't give a shit at this point. You should have been arrested and had a fair trial a long time ago. That you follow unlawful order, not my fucking concern. That more than 200 cops in the area, all following unlawful order, threatening people's life, not just myself. I mean, you people want to know what's gonna happen when they kill people just for speaking out the truth. I think we all know nobody wants that. And yet they don't speak out. They stay silent. I'm still alive. I'm still free. Is that enough? When I know my Ontario area, it's filled with people who do not care about justice, do not care about peace. Their only reaction is violence, threats, violence. It's no fun. I don't wish that to anybody, to be in a situation like I'm at. All I want is peace. All I want is to be left alone. And yet my home country tried to have me killed, tried to have me silenced for the wrongdoing that they've done. They refuse accountability. Well, they send billion and billion overseas, foreign country, and they can't even spend a few bucks to have somebody who's paid to actually do what I'm asking and get me either interview or the position. I've offered many times to do it with a polygraph, a lie detector. I don't give a shit. I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. I'm not afraid. They can put guns in my face. I don't give a shit. If my Lord wanted me dead, he'll be dead. It's not for me to question the time or the manner it's gonna happen. I fear no evil. But there is a lot of evil around here. Torturing, killing, threatening people. So hopefully somebody somewhere can bring this message to Mary Simon, the Governor General. I used to work at the Governor General house when military, driving VIP in and out of the Governor General house. Well, I got one of the, used to have one of the top clearance in the country, one of the top clearance in NATO, to do what I used to do. And now I'm suppressed, tortured, having people trying to get me killed, and no peace officer, not even the local mayor, not the local politician. Nobody want to hear me out. Nobody want to take my testimony. All they do is sending to the OPP, who just put a warrant, harass me, threaten me to, they want me to shut my mouth. Well, I don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit about my life. I hope there'll be no violence, but that's all they choose, is violence. What's the point? Phone number is fairly easy. 3 toll 1-855-222-5551. Ask my secretary to transfer you to me, and we can talk. You want an interview? You want to hear my story? You think you can do something, bring justice, the rule of law in the country? Because I just stand right now with domestic terrorists' rule of engagement in the country. Shit could be really go sideways. Millions of lives are at risk. Not just those in uniform, not just civilian. There's a lot of shit going on. I got court Tuesday on the 16th. If I don't make it out alive, well, I don't give a shit. I'm doing the right thing. The rest does not matter. What's outside of my control, it's outside of my control. All the collateral, well, if you end up defunding the police, I will not fucking oppose to that. Because from my own perspective, they do good in the society, some of them. When too many of them doing bad, they turn the blind eyes. They protect domestic terrorists, human rights abuse, bio warfare, synthetic grief warfare. Yeah. Those who didn't know, synthetic grief warfare has been deployed on Canadian population, on myself for a few years, from other people for a few years, and from a lot of people for a couple months. But it's widely deployed, targeting civilian. So when you got military torturing civilian, and nobody want to speak about it, and those who does get their life threatened, well, life is too short and it's not a game. My regimental family, I hope they're good, doing well. They all know our trade motto, Reiki by death. We want to see a bad guy? Look at who's killing the good guy. Look at who's suppressing the good guy. It's not just in Canada, it is worldwide. Good versus evil. I did swear an oath to serve and protect. Worldwide, defending human rights. And the local police, they did the same to protect the community. But they are the one infringing, disregarding, and doing evil. How would you react if you go to the grocery store and your family get pushed with guns? How would you react if you just disappear for days and months to be tortured? How would you react if it was your kids being arrested at the grocery store at the morning, track down their phone, arrested by police officer, and what are you supposed to do other than comply? Follow them, because they outnumber you, outgun you, and you don't want to engage and be a bad guy, because I know better than what would happen if I do that. Well, yeah, they 21 times they put my life in danger. Almost had me killed. Had me tortured. I never expected that when the Canadian military would have trained me to conduct myself in the case I was captured, what to do and how to do it. I'll never expect it to be useful for me in my own homeland. But yeah, I'm still alive. I was dead in 2016. Spinal cord fractured. Spent many years in a wheelchair. Now I can walk. When the doctor told me I may never walk again. I'm a source of inspiration and courage for a lot of people. People want me to write down books about my story. Went from the dead, back at walking. Just to have people who claim to be peace officer refusing diplomacy, refusing peace, choosing violence over and over and over again. What's gonna happen? Well, I know. And I hope it's gonna be peace. 'Cause I don't care if I get killed for speaking out the truth. I haven't been allowed to see my kids for the past 2 years. There's a lot of fucking slander, defamation going out. Well, if you have any question, get my number. Give me a call. You want to meet face to face? Let's do it. You want to set me up a trap? Have me kill? Let's do it. I don't give a shit. I'm a man of peace. I want peace. I want diplomacy. So hopefully, Mary Simons, somebody gonna send you this message, because I sent you many email. I went to your home front door, the side door, many times, and delivering mail, and to the RCMP who are doing what I know they are doing. It's okay. There was no anthrax in that stuff. It wasn't any harm. Those USB files I sent you by mail, those USB file I hand delivered to your house, well, it is a criminal offense to tamper with somebody's personal mail. So if you never heard anything about me, I hope you can give me a call. I'll go to your house. I don't mind. I'll go anywhere you want. I don't care. You can even send a fucking car, pick me up at my house if you want. Drive me to your whatever you want to go meet. And drive me back. That'll be fine. If I could have my old friend from Royal Canadian Dragoon, my old mentor from who I've met and when I was only a recruit in the military. If we can have him around, I know respect is earned. You have my respect, and he just got moved out from 4th Division Sergeant Major position. He's a Dragoon, just like me. He was my squadron Sergeant Major, my regiment Sergeant Major, base Sergeant Major, Division Sergeant Major. Maybe you need some judge of character to let me speak the truth. Have him around. If you can't trust him, who can you trust? If you can't trust somebody who's trying to save millions of lives, risking his own 21 times, and I'm still alive. Yeah. Something needs to be done before it's too late. I just want to talk, speak, see the option, see what needs to be done. 'Cause, shit can't keep going like that. Too many people were being persecuted, killed, tortured, slander, defamation. SGW is being deployed on Canadian, and most likely the US too, and other country. I'm asking for peace. I'm asking to talk. Are you gonna deny me my voice? Or send some of your mercenary to have me kill? Last thing I want to see is more than 200, 300, 500 police officers in court for treason. Fail to uphold their oath to serve and protect. Arresting people, dropping them off middle of the night, kilometer away in the middle of nowhere, letting them fend for themselves. Arresting people, beating them up. Arresting people, freezing their bank account. Arresting people, locking them up. Is this a communist country? Is this a police state? No. Last time I checked, this is Canada. We gotta stand on guard for thee. I do support the uniform. I wear one myself. I want the best for the community. I'm not asking to defund the police. That's not what I want. But all of those follow the unlawful order, putting my life at risk. Well, gather them all. All those 21 false arrests. Gather them all. Let me speak to them. They're involved. I don't give a shit about the unlawful order. I don't give a shit that they committed treason. I want to talk to them. See what they propose to solve the issue right now. I don't think they want me dead. I mean, I get arrested, tracked down, arrested over and over again. There's body cam. I'm peaceful. My spinal cord is fractured. I don't want to get fucking punched. I don't want to be tackled in the ground. I got off a wheelchair. And that you have mercenary people claiming to be peace officer who completely disregard their oath to serve and protect. Locking me up, denying me a phone call over and over and over again. Well, they're part of the problem. They can't be part of the solution. I still want to talk to them, see if one of them have any idea about how to solve that issue. Because I don't give a shit if it goes public. Who's going to want them around? They can't be trusted. Police officer coming to my house with guns, breaking into my house. For what? Asking for a police officer to be arrested and have a fair trial? Is it worth killing me for asking somebody to a fair trial? Denying me justice? I don't know what kind of briefing you give your... Well, for me they're mercenary, but they're peace officer. I don't know what kind of briefing they get before they get to me. I know. Close quarter combat. Military. Good marksman. I don't blame them for going high risk. But I've done nothing wrong for the past 1,929 days. I've been asking for peace. I've contacted the LICA, OEPRD, SIU, OPP, RCMP. Contact the military police. Contact the military. All that got, it's me getting arrested and suppressed over and over again. I sworn out to give up to my life, to protect human rights and freedom. Are you gonna uphold me to that? On my homeland? You're gonna kill me to get me silence? Because you refuse to let me speak? You refuse justice? I'm just a man here. Collateral or not in my control. I'm asking for peace. I've been asking for peace. And the only answer I get from the government and the law enforcement community is to tell me to shut my mouth. Because they're gonna get me killed. Over and over again. I'm not gonna say name. Because that will be bad. They know who they are. The law enforcement in my area know who they are. And they still protect them. People who swear out to serve and protect. Committing treason. Doing domestic terrorist activity. Violating human rights. Bioterrorism. Shackling me and force injecting me in every arms. Every day. For weeks and weeks. I want peace. I don't want anybody to be tortured or killed for standing up for their own rights and freedom. I don't like bullies. And, well, I used to work in NATO headquarters. I know Big Brass. They know me. It will be interesting if NATO Article 5 get enacted against the Canadian government and the Canadian law enforcement and the Canadian military for supporting domestic terrorists, attempted murder, bioterrorism. That'll be interesting. Some collateral that is out of my control. Nobody in Parliament want to talk to me. Give me a polygraph. I'll testify. And it's also interesting. Last time I've met Governor General Mary Simon, she was acknowledging whose land is this. Last time the Crown came in Canada, I got arrested 3 days prior to, at gunpoint. Was fucking Tim Horton with friends. They locked me up, denied me a phone call. The OCDC should be investigated for human rights abuse, tortured, and attempted murder on myself. I'm willing to testify. Is there any law enforcement peace officer who want to take my testimony? Or are they going to come at me with a gun and tell me to shut my mouth? Put me in shackle and drag me away on undisclosed location to torture me or kill me. What if what happened to me happened to you? What if what happened to me happened to your neighbor, your kids, your friend, your co-worker, anybody? Well, if they're left unchecked, it's just a matter of time. So, it'll be nice if Governor General Mary Simon get all the camera from the news. Let's speak publicly on live TV. Let me speak out about what I went through. Take my testimony. Don't send mercenary to have me kill again. Because, well, you might be in the highest ranking military in the country. Second under the king. But you have no military background. I do. I don't want a war. I want peace. And you're a mercenary working on your behalf. Well, they should be brought to justice. I've held the Governor General collar representing Canadian sovereignty. I hold it. How many people in the country can say as much? I have asked many times local police to put a note in my file, once identify, disengage peacefully, leave me alone. What they do instead is put spike around my vehicle and call backup so they can get me in shackle and send me to an undisclosed location, denying me phone call over and over again. Well, Ricky by death. That's my trade motto. The Reaper, swift, precise, deadly. That's my trade emblem. I want peace. Are you gonna deny peace? Are you gonna be a warmonger? Doing domestic terrorist? Making me a prisoner of war against evil? On my homeland? Or are you gonna just put up a fake warrant to get me arrested at gunpoint? Getting tracked down, arrested at gunpoint? Silence me. Those who follow an unlawful order are not protected by the law. What they're doing is committing treason. They have body cam. Their police cruiser have camera. And as one of my good mentor in the military many years ago said, know your audience. Well, I ain't gonna talk to police officer. I'm talking to the camera, body cam all the time. Compile them all. Compile those body cam. Give me a fair trial. If you want to puck up fake resisting arrest, because human rights and freedom, it's worth dying for. And I don't give a shit. I'm in pain. Fractured my spinal cord in military service 9 years ago. I had to relearn how to walk. When I was told I may never walk again. And I was released in 2019, 29th of March. And has been loudly speaking about the change of the medical pension from the military that happened on the 1st of April 2019, 2 days after my release. That if the medical release is connected to an injury not related to service, there'll be no medical pension. I've been 9 years trying to get a medical pension. I got out today to have income replacement benefit due to injury. 2 days. I would have been out 2 days after. I wouldn't have income replacement benefit, because it's been 9 years denying me compensation for my injury, denying me medical support for my injury that Canada Veterans Affairs still refuse to acknowledge that is related to service. Well, I died in the military. They brought me back to life just to make me suffer, tortured me, threatening to kill me for doing the right thing. So, say shame on you, police officer. Shame on you, Canadian government. Shame on you, the Crown. But it is interesting. Last time I've met with Governor General Mary Simon, she was acknowledging whose land it is. Unceded. Iroquois Anishinaabe land. The king himself, when he came last summer, well, I got arrested for going to the Tim Horton. And he opened up a speech acknowledging whose land Canada sit on. And yet, Canada have no right of action against First Nation. Canada have no right of action against First Nation. But they try to have me kill over and over again, violating my diplomatic immunity. I would really be happy if those who keep harassing me will accept to present themselves in court. For those who are unaware, Indigenous Tribunal is higher jurisdiction on the land than the Supreme Court of Canada. Everybody born on the land should know that. NATO Article 5 should be enacted. Protect Canadian against a foreign entity doing domestic terrorist, bioterrorist, murdering people. When I just want to talk. Denied diplomacy. Denied my voice. Threatening to get me killed over and over again. Do I like concern in the open field on my own backyard? I'd like to be able to see my kid again one day. Make sure they never fucking stand down to a bully. Doing the right thing. Choosing peace, diplomacy. Have some honor and integrity. Not like the Crown. Not like the Canadian government. Not like those law enforcement officers who were profiling minority, targeting people, ruining people's life with impunity. Yeah. Nemo me in punlasisit. Nemo me in punlasisit. You know what I mean. If you don't, Google it. It's at your fingertips. All the knowledge. Duralex said Lex. You should look that one up too. And the law of the land is the law of my ancestor. The spoken law. The common law. Not maritime law. Not from somebody who have no treaty to enforce anything they want on the land. Stealing million and billion. Thing need to happen. I'm officially retired because I died in serving in the Canadian Armed Force. I was dead. Third time. Ask me if I care going back down there. I'm not afraid of that. It's just a matter of time. And it's not for me to control. I've been trying to call people, text people, email people. My communication have been disturbed. Well, I was in reconnaissance. And I know about digital dust. All of it. I know the capability of Canada on that domain. I know the capability of NATO on that domain. And yeah, I know all about digital dust. What can be blocked. My phone doesn't get phone call most of the time. I don't give a shit. I can't call people. I don't give a shit. I can't text people. I don't give a shit. I'm still alive. The evil in this world is out of my control. But the one thing I can do is make sure every day I do the right thing. The rest does not matter. And I really don't give a shit. Those who committed treason should have a fair trial. I've been to the Governor General house many times with intel, proof, evidence, and testimony about domestic terrorists done by law enforcement peace officer in Canada. Can she deny it? Did the RCMP just bury everything and suppress everything and she never got anything? Any of that? Well, I'm making a video today. Hopefully not my last. This say Probable deniability is only good if you can prove you never had any contact and never ignored me. I got so many emails, even from the court. I got court transcript where the Crown representative mentioned that I've contacted many police officers, many agency, and even Mary Simon, Governor General. So I know she got those messages. Why doesn't she reply? Is my life not worth it? I've done more than due diligence to do the right thing. Protect the community. Protect the nation. And those who swearing out to serve and protect, following unlawful order from people making up fake warrant to get me arrested over and over and over again. There is people who's been on the run for many years. I'm in my own backyard. They know where I live. I'm not afraid. Mishandling personal information is no good. When they send police officers to my house, why? They don't want to talk to me. They just want to threaten me over and over again. And when I call the police station to have a follow-up with those officers, that they say they're going to do something, well, most of them, I end up, they tell me that higher up their chain of command, they want it shut down and there's nothing they can do. Well, that's treason, following an unlawful order. You're refusing to protect me for your paycheck, to save your paycheck. I'm willing to die so you can have a fair trial for treason. All of you. Do the right thing. Hand yourself over. Turn in your badge, turn in your gun, turn in your uniform. It's in a state where your uniform represents domestic terrorist organization. Anybody wearing a uniform, combat uniform, doing domestic terrorist. If I see ISIS, Al-Qaeda with their flag and AK-47 in the street, the rule of engagement neutralized by any means necessary before you do more harm, or they kill, or they bomb people. Well, we're in a state where in Canada, the law enforcement are domestic terrorist organization. The Crown supporting domestic terrorists. Those who care about human life, human rights, freedom, do the right thing. Speak up. You have an NDA? Well, guess what? I don't give a shit. You're threatening my life, my community life, my family's life, my friends' life, the nation's life. And you're just following an order to keep up your paycheck. You're willingly committing treason. All of you. 21 arrests, unlawful. Who was involved? All of them should have a fair trial. What's gonna happen if you got thousands of police officers who cannot do their job anymore because they're pending trial for treason? What message did that send to the community? To have that many peace officers charged with treason. That's collateral that I don't give a shit anymore. I've tried to protect them for the past 1,929 days. I've been to court like more than 50 times. Judge don't give a shit. Crown representative don't give a shit. Peace officer in the room don't give a shit. January 29, I was in Ottawa. They denied me access to the courthouse. I went outside because they kicked me out of the building in the courthouse. I called 911. It's all recorded. And I asked for a safe passage in an escort to go to the courtroom. I ended up going to the courtroom with multiple police officers, to which I did what I had to do. And before I leave the courthouse, I wanted to hand over USB and printed paper with evidence. And the sergeant that was in the room in the courthouse, half the courthouse was friend, the other half was police officer in uniform. And the sergeant that the 911 told me was in charge of security of the building and who allowed me to go to court didn't want to take any of my evidence. She told me, I don't want your evidence. I put it in the backrest in the courthouse, right in front of her. She looked at me and walked out of the room, the courthouse, not wanting to touch my evidence. The Ottawa police attempted murder on me. Domestic terrorist, bioterrorist, human rights abuse. Your own sergeant in charge of the courthouse refused to take evidence and testimony. When I went in the Ottawa police station, I got arrested for asking to speak with Eric Stubb, the chief of police. They would rather see me dead. They have me tortured over and over again. And they refuse to talk. Are they peace officer? Have they swear an oath to serve and protect? Nobody in Parliament, nobody in law enforcement, any level, want to talk to me. Is Canada really fallen that low. Well, I wasn't reconnaissance in the military. It was kind of my duty and my job to report threats. You should declassify my military career. Because a non-disclosure agreement worked both ways. Trying to have me kill for speaking out the truth. Having me tortured for speaking out the truth. Those people who shackled me and forcibly injected me on a daily basis for weeks and weeks. That's treason. Bioterrorist. Domestic terrorist. Those who sent me there. Get them arrested too. Omar Khadr got $10.5 million when it was sent to Guantanamo Bay in the US because Canada didn't protect his human rights fast enough. I got nothing against the guy. Child soldier. He was groomed, brainwashed. He did what his family trained him to do. What his people trained him to do. I'm not saying anything bad against the guy. I never met him. When he got $10.5 million from Canadian taxpayer money. Because Canada failed to protect his human rights. And you got a Canadian veteran who died in service. Got reanimated. Just to be tortured over and over by the Canadian government. Using taxpayer money. How much money of the taxpayer has been diverted to have me tortured, have me spied on, have me tracked, followed, in an attempt to ruin my life. And I'm just a guy. There is precedence in Canada giving out $10.5 million for not protecting Canadian human rights. It's been 1,929 days. I was compared to George Floyd on the ground after getting assaulted and beat up by police officer. I have it on video, it's on my YouTube. It went to court. They have all the evidence. Took 4 years to identify the police officer who compared me to George Floyd when I was bleeding on the ground. Telling the police officer I got a spine injury related to my service injury. And that they were hurting me. And then they compared me to George Floyd 1st of June 2020. A week after George Floyd was killed. I'm sure everybody know that story. Well, sir, where's this goes to ski paquet in Toronto? Native, African, Canadian, officially fell off her apartment when police officer were in her apartment. Police investigated himself. They had nothing to do with her falling off the window. People should go back in 1st of June 2020, 1,929 days ago. Everything was about defund the police. And you got somebody like me, disabled veteran, could barely walk, needed a walker back then, learning from a wheelchair to a walker, walking with a cane. I got beat up at gunpoint, assaulted, compared to George Floyd. Then I'm told that if I want to complain, they're mentally insane. Stretch it out in court until my legal fee force me to bankruptcy. Make me lose my house. Force me to live in the street. For my wife, my kid. And I should just stay quiet. If I don't want to lose my house. You know what I told her to Josh that day? Do you remember it, Josh? I told you, game on, do your worst. 1,929 days. Omar Khadr got 10.5 million for his human right violated in the US. And when he got 10.5 million, Canada protected him. So the family of Christopher Spears couldn't sue him. Well, you know what? I'd like to give his family and other people some of what they should have got. Justice. I wasn't asking them out, I'm asking now. Back then, I told Josh, you can ask him if you can identify him if he's still alive, because I really don't give a shit about him. You should ask him. When I'm tired with the court, I'll ask the same thing they give to Omar Khadr for your things, human rights. But then it got worse. I got arrested over and over and over again. And tortured. Slander, defamation. Over and over again. When they were shackling me and forcibly injecting me, I was reminding them, I do not consent. I do not consent. And it would have been $50,000 a day to hold me captive against my will. Asking to talk with Eric Stubb, the chief of police. Asking to speak with Derek. Yeah. And other police officer that I had contact with. When I was tortured to silence me, denied me a phone call, denied me to talk to a peace officer, to testify. They were shackling me, forcibly injecting me, who knows what, for days and days and days. Bioterrorism. Is that what the local police are supporting? Is that what the Canadian government is supporting? There is evil in Canada. Last time they locked me up, arresting me at the grocery store. I told them it's now 2 million a day until peaceful resolution. I don't give a shit. 1,929 days. 2 million a day. It's more than 3.8 billion. Government send that to help democracy, human rights to Ukraine and other country regularly. Everybody I talk to, it's taxpayer money, 3.8 billion. They don't care about it. I don't care about it. But we live in the Matrix, and I'm known as John Wick, with more than $3.8 billion incentive to have me silenced. And it goes up 2 million a day for the past 1,929 days. So, in the public interest, the taxpayer interest, don't kill me. Talk to me. Choose peace. The only reason it's a high amount is because of your own wrongdoing. Money's on the table. 2 million a day. 1,929 days. The only answer I got is violence, gun in my face, tortured, assassination attempt. And I still don't give a shit. Want me dead? Ask my creator. So far, he doesn't want me back up there. I'd rather live free, standing up. And die for it, than live the rest of my life in shame for turning a blind eye to corruption, criminal, evil. I'm still alive, still free. On the 15th, I'll be in Ottawa. Say hello to those who go back to work. On the 16th, I'll be in court for something I didn't do. And we'll see. Maybe he'll be dead in the next hour. There's a black helicopter going around my house multiple times a day. There's police officer driving by my house multiple times a day. They see this, they want to suppress me. They can delete it, scrub it off the internet. Nobody will ever see it. And I'll be dead, buried, or sent to my local pig farm. I don't give a shit. I fear no evil. If they want to do that, it is out of my control. The only thing I control is how to react to it. I don't give a shit. They outnumber me, outgun me. I don't give a shit. I choose peace. They want me dead. Well, I hope they know what they have signed for. Trying to protect life. Millions of them. SGW have been deployed on Canadian citizens. Millions of lives are at risk. If I can save some of them, well, it'll be great. But why can't I speak? Why is there no news? Why is CBC taking so much money from taxpayer, refusing to publish my story? $billions in money laundering. Human life are priceless. The price of freedom is the brave men and women in uniform. Doing wars. Never coming back. I'm not about to lose the war at home. Ironically, I'm not suicidal either. The war at home is real. Choosing peace over violence. Peace. Just like what those peace officers have swear to do. I do hope. Yeah, hope. Because why not? I do hope Governor General Mary Simon will get this message. I want to talk. See how to solve the problem in this nation. But if you refuse to acknowledge it, to keep denial probability, and shield yourself from direct link to me, well, we've met face to face. Can you deny that? As the highest crown representative in the country, would rather commit treason than hear the truth that could save millions of lives. The crown himself take accountability for what his employee are doing on his behalf. Or they just get killed and suppressed. Then the neighbor is going to be killed and suppressed. Then all my family, all my friend, all everybody's friend, all everybody's family. Will be an honor for me to do Ricky by that. That's my trade motto. Millions of lives are at risk. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Tomorrow's never promised. Today is the best present life have to offer. If I do get killed, I do hope somebody somewhere will enact NATO Article 5 and bring them all to justice. I do hope. Like a fool, I have hope. Hoping for the best before it's too late. I'm known as John Wick. More than 3.8 billion incentive to have me kill. Silence.